How much does it hurt or would it to lose Kyle to the offense as well?
Well, I don't know that it hurts us except from an experience standpoint. You know, Kyle has played some snaps for us offensively. With some injuries over there, they're needing a guy who was an H-back, and Kyle's a guy who's a good athlete. He's played fullback before. So from an experience standpoint, yes. But he had to seize the position as a linebacker, and so we're trying to get our best 22 on the field. And if he's not going to be a starter for us, then he's got a chance to start at that H-back for our offense, and that's what we're going to do. And Eddie Brown had a good game, I thought, and did some things. And Tony, obviously, he should have had 4 sacks. And, you know, the one play on third down, we were a little disappointed because on that particular call, that he has the quarterback on the bootleg, but be that as it may, he played well, and I think Coach Williams is doing a great job with that front. Those guys have got to, you know, be bell cows for us up front because we are a little thin at the linebacker position, just experience-wise right now, and so we're going to have our front guys, you know, toe the line a little bit more than what we'd like to.
Are you still holding on to the option of redshirting back?
He didn't play the other day. We want him to play this year. We've talked to him about that. He will practice, but you know, when it comes to game time and game time decisions, it's the guys who are best ready to play that week are going to play. Potentially, we think he can be a heck of a linebacker, but you know what potential means. And so we've got to get him to the point where it's not potential, where he's actually producing.
How was your first look at Big Tom?
I'll tell you, he's an explosive player. You know, he's raw right now. He played the nose guard position in high school, I believe. But you can see he's a very strong young man. He's a guy that is the right stature, body size-wise, about 6'2", and I think he's around 310 right now. Really good lower body strength, and so he's got the measurables for playing the nose guard position. But what he's got to do is learn to play the position, and right now he's a little raw there. But he's somebody that if he stays on defense, I think definitely can help us.
You talk about Kirby, the road he's taken to get to where he's at, because that's a pretty good story with him.
Yeah. You know, Kirby had the knee injury, didn't go through spring ball when I first got here, and his knee really bothered him all through last fall, and so he was kind of in the background of our mind. You know, he's not a huge guy. Because of his knee injury, I don't think he was playing as fast as what he was capable of. But last spring really had a terrific spring and really pushed Eddie. In a lot of ways outplayed Eddie Brown, who was our returning starter. And then coming into the game, I believe he split a bunch of the reps with Eddie. Really, you know, solid guy, motor guy. You know, he's still young in the position, but I like where Kirby is, and he's doing a good job for us.
When you played the 2-down lineman, he was in there a lot. What's the reason behind that?
Well, and when we go to our nickel front, we have 2 defensive linemen there. He gives us a lot of things from a pass rush standpoint, and then what Coach Williams likes to do is when we go to our 3rd down package, bring some fresh guys in. So if he's not in that starting role in our base that particular series, he's coming off the bench, and to get a pass rush with a fresh guy, and he ended up getting I think he had maybe 1.5 sacks the other day. God, it seems like forever ago now. But I like where we are depth-wise at that position. You know, when you lose in Eddie Brown and you can replace him with Kirby, we don't drop a whole lot. And when you can bring fresh guys in, it really makes both their levels of play raise. So.
Would you mind breaking down Campbell's interception? Was it kind of an ideal defensive play with Terrence Frederick's coverage, excellent coverage, the deflection, Campbell coming over to help, gets the pick? Would you mind breaking down that play?
Yeah, we were in a man coverage situation. T-Fred, one of his strengths is playing man coverage, and so we don't typically play a ton of it, but in that particular call, it was a 3rd down call, I believe, we were in it. Stephen Campbell, because he's got excellent speed, does a great job reading the quarterback, breaks on the ball, and when T-Fred tipped it, he was right there to catch it. We got to work on his return skills, because I think he should have scored a touchdown there at the end of the run, but he's a guy that can do those kind of things for us, absolutely. You know, he can play a deep middle third and read a quarterback's eyes and break on the ball. when the ball's tipped, and he can do something with his hands because he's an extremely fast guy. We got to get him to where he's continuing making those plays and just to play with more confidence. When he does, he can really do some special things.
Was that a good example of fanatical effort that you talk about?
I think so. I mean, he's a guy that when he's confident and knows what to do, he can really turn it loose. When you saw him on that 1 4th down pressure, where he hits that quarterback, I mean, he can really burst. He approaches fanatical effort. I don't know that as a defense we were consistent enough in that last Saturday. At times we were, but not nearly consistent enough. Not where we were at the end of last year, so we've got a little ways to go with that.